Okay. Hey, everybody. It is July 10th, and it is our Tuesday night, once a month team Zoom. This is Kayla Troutman talking. I am sticky. It is hot here in Wisconsin the last few days. I'm still in the same clothes that I wore to work out in at 6:30 this morning, so that gives you a great idea of what it smells like here in my office. I am enthusiastically excited to be here tonight, like always, but more so tonight than ever because in 2 weeks, a crew of us are headed out to Denver to learn all kinds of new stuff and really grow together. And in the meantime, this week, we're going to bring you some awesome material to use until we get back from Denver. So 5 minutes, happy news. Who's got something to celebrate or one that wants to share something, like, please take it away. Introduce yourself. And in the meantime, if everybody could just mute their line if you're on the computer, myself included, if I'm not talking, because you can probably hear McClay screaming at me, that would be amazing.
This is Sarah McClanathan, team leader from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. I read chapter 5 in Get Over Your Damn Self today, and there was a bunch of wonderful words in there for how to reach out to people. And so just tonight, I reached out to 5 people, and I heard from 4 out of the 5 already. And it's refreshing to get feedback and not have silence and crickets. One of the girls, I have a call scheduled for next Tuesday night, her and I, just for some general information and stuff. And then 2 of the other ones have kind of life going on right now, but are excited to hear more once some of the things settle down in their lives and everything. And so it's really great to have professional development like this book and have people replying and just having like fresh words to use. And I don't know, I'm kind of like mixing and matching things from, if you have the book, like things from pages 78 to, I don't know, 84, 85, and just kind of using that. So that's been great.
Awesome. Go, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing, too. What a great way to kind of toot the horn of the book, which I think she's amazing, Romy, the author. And I also think the challenge that Carissa and I are sharing with you guys is hopefully helpful. I can't toot my horn on that yet because I don't obviously know how helpful you guys think it is, but thank you for participating. And so if you don't know, Get Over Your Damn Self is the book. You can order it on Amazon or download it on Audible, and that directly ties to the Ignite the Spark in Your Business challenge we're doing in our team pages. So awesome. Who else? I don't want Chris and I to talk. I want you guys to talk. So who else?
This is Tina from Gillette, Wisconsin. I'm a rep here, and I locked in a vendor event for each month and through December.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Tina. Way to be planning. That's amazing. Good for you. That's where
to fill my funnel.
That's where you're going to recruit the shit out of it. Good job. Sorry, I swore. It's recorded. But everybody expects me to swear, so there we go. Okay, I'm muting myself again. Who else?
Hey, this is Brandy from Wisconsin, too. I just wanted to quick say that this month is my 1-year anniversary, and I'm actually having my first online event that has exceeded $500. So I'm extremely excited about that. So
yay, Brandy! Excited for you.
Thank you, sweetheart. My husband,
yeah,
Brand, of course.
Brandy, you're doing amazing things. I'm so proud of you. And your messages, your questions to me one-on-one today about the opportunity and stuff were amazing. It tells me that you've come so far in a year. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, everyone.
Muting. Next.
Hey, it's Miranda from Greenville, Wisconsin. Brandy, that's awesome that you just had a $500 party or are working on. Yeah, that's great. I will celebrate that I have some people interested in Kids in the Kitchen. So I'm going to try out something new this month and host a Kids in the Kitchen at the end of the month.
That's awesome, girl.
Fun.
That's super fun, Miranda. Good idea.
Especially to be creative. We always talk about being creative, like sharing different ways to like meet other people where they're at, you know. So that's awesome.
And it's a great way to connect with like families of, you know, kids that your kids go to school with, or kids that your kids are in sports or clubs in, you know, aside from just the school talk or the sports or club talk. It's a great way to connect. Awesome idea. I wrote that one down. Thank you.
How about one more? There's more numbers on here. So anybody else, we're just sharing who you are, where you live, and some good news. No one else? I don't want anyone to feel pressured. Okay, let's change it really quick for a couple seconds, and then Carissa's going to kick us off on our topic. Who has a major question, though, that we could answer? We always seem to run out of time at the end of the night, so we thought tonight we'd start with good news, and then we'd quickly say, if you have a question, just say who you are, and just ask us anything that's pressing that you'd love to get some group feedback on before we kick off our topic tonight. And maybe nobody has one.
And if you're muted, just hit *6.
All right, Carissa, for now it's a quiet crowd. Write notes as we go. Please know we'll try to leave a couple minutes at the end to ask questions, but Carissa's going to kick us off on tonight's topic, which is, drum roll, please. Go ahead, Carissa.
I don't have any desk space to hit. How come I can't see anybody? My first question, no, everyone's going to have to answer out loud because Tina's the only one with her hand. Okay, so Kayla just froze in the Kayla face. Okay, so hopefully all can hear me. So we're going to talk about recruiting. Kayla didn't get to say that. We were trying to do a drum roll and then she froze up. Kayla, you froze in your sweet Kayla face. It was pretty awesome. Now you're muted.
Shit. I said, oh shit. Another swear word. Okay, I'm back. But yes, recruiting is tonight's topic. Okay, go, Chris.
Okay, so the first, I just want to ask everyone a question and raise your hand if you're on the video, or just say yes or no or whatever aloud. So I would love to know who on this call would love to have a new teammate this month. It's July 10th. Who would like to add on a teammate? One teammate this month.
Me
too. I'm raising my hand. 2 hands. Okay, so we decided that because Kayla and I obviously, and everyone that's listening, we all have a strong passion for what Wild Tree has to offer people. And whether we're new here or we've been here a long time or, whatever, we're relaunching, like we feel like there might be a little bit of a stigma to the recruiting piece of things. So we just wanted to talk a little bit tonight about how we can help close the deal, how we can help give more words to use, how we can help basically everyone bring on a new teammate every single month. So you might be listening to this call and thinking maybe my question, you don't even want to recruit anybody. Maybe you have no interest in recruiting anybody. You just like to, do your 1 party a month or your 2 parties a month or your $1,000 a sale and $1,000 in sales, and you have no intention of recruiting. Well, we're just here to tell you that if you have that mindset, think about all the people that you might be holding back on. So think about all the people that you meet at a party, at that 1 party or 5 parties or whatever, or the vendor event. Think about all the people that you meet that you are kind of holding out on them. Like you don't know their story, you don't know what they need or they want. And we just want to have everyone to have that mindset of, don't be scared to share the business opportunity, because you never know what it could be for them, like just for grocery money, for a discount, for a car payment, for a trip or whatever. So regardless of what you're here for, just have the mindset that this business is a huge blessing for a lot of people, myself included. Like, I don't know what I would do without my Wild Tree income, especially after the car that I purchased today. But just know that when you're out there and you're sharing, whether you're at parties, you're on Facebook, you're at a baseball game or whatever, offer the opportunity and have a mindset of what this could look like for those people. And also when you are sharing the opportunity and you say you're a go-getter and you're like, I'm going to talk about recruiting every single day, don't worry about the network that's going to be lost. So I feel like there's several conversations I've had that, you know, you are just getting going or something, or maybe you have that really great group of customers, you know, that purchase from you every single month. Maybe it's $1,000 for that group, or they host every other week or every other week, every other month or whatever. And you're just worried like about reaching out to someone like, hey, you'd be really great at this. Like your friends and family order from you all the time. Like, don't worry about losing that network, because I feel like this is me. When I first started recruiting, I was worried about that. I was like, oh my gosh, this person's going to take my huge piece of my business, and I'm only going to have 2 parties instead of 4 parties because she's taking it, and she's going to have all those hosts that I used to have. Like, we just want you to like not even worry about any of that, because there are more fish in the sea. There's more people out there that are going to host, and there's more people that have what you are looking for. And a recruit is way more important than $1,000 in sales. So, Kayla, I don't know if I think you're still on here. I don't see you, but if you wanted to add to any of those 2 points about having the mindset and how not to be afraid to offer it to your large networks or your really great customer or your neighbor or your best friend.
Yeah, for sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in the garage. But yeah, Chris and I talked today, and she was sharing that she feels like a lot of people are worried about what they're going to lose when they recruit. And I'll be honest, I hear a lot of times, well, does it pay for me to share the business with her, because I'm not really going for team leader. I don't know if I want to grow a big business here like you do, Kayla. These are actual words I hear. I don't know if I really care about having a team. But what we want to do is shift your mindset tonight. That's kind of why our industry gets a bad rap. Do you see what you do when you say those things? You make it sound like the only reason you would share the business is because it's about you. And it should actually be about them. The person that shared WildTree with me didn't even sign me up underneath her. You guys, she signed me up 2 people down because she felt like it would bless somebody else's life, and she thought I was just going to be a discount rep. It was not about her. She made no money off of me and my organization for most of her WildTree career. She did not do it in a selfish way. She did it to bless my life in ways I had no idea this would bless me. It is not about you. It's about them. That being said, yes, we can build wealth here, tremendous income, when we're not afraid to share it, because that's WildTree paying us for training and mentoring and partnering with that person. But you will not lose a group by sharing the opportunity. You will gain confidence, experience, and a whole lot of motivation. Because when you partner with somebody and you're helping a team member, ask Lori Keck. She's in our organization, and I don't know if she's on tonight or not. But I was just at her house tonight, and we were talking about her newest recruit, Cassandra, and Lori said, like, it's pushing me to be a better rep. I can't wait to learn how to lead better and train better, and I don't feel like I'm losing anything. I feel like I'm helping somebody better their life. My goals are my goals, stay in my own lane. Her goals are her goals, and it's motivating to do it together. And I thought that was such a great perspective on what this is supposed to be, so we don't get that bad rep as direct sales or multi-level marketing. Yes, of course, our job is to go out there and find people to share or sell this product with us. That's how WildTree keeps the doors open and the lights on, and how we grow and we go on trips. But at the end of the day, it's not about suckering somebody into it. It's about sharing this amazing thing with somebody. So I just really wanted to help you guys change your mindset tonight. I've never felt like I've convinced anybody. Once in a while, do we bribe some to just get them over the fence or get them started and help them see their potential? Sure, but that's because I believe in them, or Brandy believes in them, or Carissa believes in them. It's not because we're trying to sucker them in because I get some big bonus. That's not how our compensation plan works. And if you don't understand that, let us know. We can definitely do a compensation call maybe next month on our team meeting call. So that's what I have, Chris.
And another thing to add to that too is that another fear I know that sometimes, sometimes you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that rep, when honestly, you're just kind of putting yourself to you're making the decision for that person without even asking them what it is they need. So you know what I mean? So sometimes I hear like, I don't want to be that person at a party. I don't want to ask. I don't want to be that pushy. I don't want to be that sales rep. I don't want to be that Wild Tree girl that is like, you know, join my team, whatever. But you're kind of being selfish because you're already judging them, their answer, and you have no idea what they would even say. Like the most quietest person at that party is the one that's probably wants to join your team, but you never asked her. So, or on social media, that's liking every single post. You just never asked her. So keeping that in mind and just pushing all those fears aside and not worrying about it. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, the next point is the tools. Like, how do you go out and share? What do you say, or how do you do this? So the nuts and bolts, right? So Carissa and I both shared in our team pages, Carissa last night and myself this morning as our Tuesday tip, a nice Google Doc that was put together for you guys, and it literally helps you with some words to invite people to the business. It helps you with some social media posts, and it really drives your recruits to one of two things. Discover Wild Tree, our Sunday night recruiting event that we do every Sunday, or a 3-way call with Carissa or myself or your upline leader. We would love to be on 3-way calls every day of the month. Am I lying, Carissa?
Nope.
I would love nothing more than to help every one of you close the deal 20 times in the next 20 days until you feel confident enough that it doesn't need to be a 3-way call anymore. It can be a 2-way call if you're comfortable. It's not an ego thing. It's not a weird thing that we do a 3-way call to like go 2-on-1 and convince them. It's to build you up and help you with the words. But your part of that deal is to get them on that call and obviously share Wild Tree and ask their permission, or to get them in Discover Wild Tree. So we gave you a tool. It's not perfect. It doesn't have all the ins and outs. It gives you a place to start. But here's my famous line that I want to give you in case you're a words person, and then Carissa can build on this and share hers. I love to say to people, hey, Bethany, I thought of you because of this. And then be honest, share why you thought of that person. I am wondering, or I wanted to know, or I know this is going to sound completely crazy, but I'm wondering if, and then I put a spin on it depending, a little extra income would bless your family. Or have you been watching my success with Wild Tree, and would an at-home business like this be something you are interested in? Or do you realize your potential that you would have with all the amazing people you know? Would income, like what I make, bless you in some way? Something like that is my very natural, hey friend, or use the name, I thought of you because of this. Talk a little bit about what you're going to say, like either this is going to sound like it's coming out of left field, or call me crazy, but I think you'd be amazing. And then ask them for the ask, which is, have you ever thought about doing something like I do? Would extra income bless your family? Would you be interested in more information about my business opportunity? Something like that. That's what I say to start it. Carissa, what about you? And then just building on the document too.
Yes, that's what I say. That's actually what I say to start it too. I say, hey, Marissa, I thought of you because you had a kick butt workshop in April, and all your friends and family loved Wild Tree. There was 2 events off your party. You know, have you ever thought about doing what I do and just leaving it alone? Or a recent one was, hey, hey Colleen, we have your tasting coming up in a couple of weeks. I see we have 10 people going. That's so exciting. I was host coaching her, so maybe we can get that to 15 people. And I just want to kind of put a bug in your ear before your tasting and give you something to think about. Have you ever thought about learning more about what Wild Tree could do for you and your family? And just leave it alone. And now here she's starting to think about it. So I kind of planted that seed prior to her party. But I always do that. I thought of you, or like, hey, I've been thinking about you since the last time we talked, yada, 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 whatever. But it's always like something about them that I'm starting the conversation with. Like, hey, do you want some extra money? Like there's just a different kind of tone between the two of them. But I always put them and their feelings and their situation, their financial needs first before anything. So I'm saying the same way. And then on the document that we shared, so it's actually a really great document that was put together, and it drives them to our Discover Wild Tree event. So I don't know if Meg's on tonight or not, but Meg has someone interested in the opportunity, and I told her, here's what you're going to do. Whatever she had already looked at the document because I didn't get to her right away because I was at a baseball game, but she had put them in the Wild Tree event, and then she tagged them in the recent video, and she's scheduled a follow up with her tomorrow. So in that document, it just gives you words to use on, because I know sometimes too, I hear a lot of people like, oh, I don't know how to add them. I don't know if I should add them. I want to add. So what I've been doing is like, hey, I just added you to this group, yada, yada, yada. If you can remove yourself, whatever, 9 times out of 10, they stay in there. But in that document, it has that verbiage for you to be like, hey, Sarah, I added you to our group, blah, 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 whatever. It has posts for you to share too. During the weekend, and then the night of the event, it has a post all written out for you with our link. And then there's also follow-up information on what you can send them afterwards, because we feel like, Kayla and I were talking, sometimes we leave these people sit in this Discover Wild Tree event, and then we don't follow up for like a week or 2 weeks, and that excitement is lost. So then we like have to re-excite them again, and then we fall off the bandwagon, forget to follow up again. So just make sure you note that follow-up is in there, and that's super important to do.
Awesome. Okay, and then it's my turn here for some closing of the deal, right, Carissa?
Yes.
So you guys, number one thing that those of you that are looking to build some established income and, a business and rapport with clients, many of you say, I don't know how to close the deal. And that is like my favorite part of this business. So we thought we'd wrap up tonight's training topic with a little bit of what that means. How when you start getting over maybe some of the hurdles that have blocked you from sharing the business opportunity. And this call, you guys, could still be relevant to maybe you have some people that you should be asking to host and you've been too scared to ask them, or whatever it is in your business. You need to change that mindset to how you're helping people versus how you're hurting or bothering them. That's step one. Step two is going out and asking them, I thought of you because of this, and making it about them and their feelings, and truly trying to serve them without your own agenda, but knowing what your purpose is, knowing what your end game is. And then where I come in is usually the words to close the deal. And so I just want to give you guys a couple of just examples, and then Carissa can build on some she's had. But I have many reps that wonder, we're starting with the business opportunity first. Do I have enough time for this? Do I really want to do it? Is it worth paying the $14.95 a month website fee? Do I get a discount? How do you make your money? Do I have to build a team? I think I'm too busy. I'd rather just buy from you. You guys get the gist, right? I hear it all. Here's the thing. When you are calm and cool and confident, so write those words down. Calm and cool and confident, that is sexy, and people want to join sexy. So I say to somebody who's worried about the $14.95 fee, you're right. Maybe then you are a better customer, because I know for sure I can help you make more money than $14.95 a month, and I can make it worth your time. But if that's a hesitation in your mind, maybe this isn't the right business for you. Are you worried that that is going to end up being not worth your time? Like it's $15 a month? Or are you just using that as like a reason to hang you up? Tell me the truth. What's holding you back? Like having the confidence to say that, we don't get hung up on that. Somebody that says to me, what's your discount? I work with them confidently. I go back and I say, well, we get 20% off all our products. And it's a sweet ASS deal. Yes, I do say a swear word sometimes to my customers. And I explain, actually, I get a lot of my products free because I host events in my home, and Wild Tree lets us double dip. We can be the representative and the hostess. Would you be coming here solely for product use, or would you be coming here to also share it with friends and family? Most of the time, you're going to get to the bottom of it that they go for the discount because they're nervous to admit they would try to build a business. So having the confidence to get that far, to go with their objections and run with it and not need them on your team, but offer them your team if it's right for them, that's step one. Then what do you do when the person comes back about the $14.95? We're going back to that example. And she says, you're right. That was probably just my excuse. I know my husband's going to question why it costs $129 for the kit and then $15 a month after that. But it's not really holding me back. I'm probably just more worried about telling him. And then I simply say to her, okay, so let me ask you this. I've already showed you how one party, $500 party, you can pay back your kit. I can help you every month have at least $350 to $500 minimum. That's thinking minimalistic here. Very minimum work, one party a month, and pay off that money, plus still make some extra cash. Would he be okay with it if it's paying for itself? Like going that route, you guys, and making sure that you like give them the reality is so important. And if I'm saying something that's a lie on this call, someone please jump in and interrupt me because you will not hurt my feelings. If the person that was considering joining but she's too busy, you go back and explain that she could work it in small pockets of time, and she comes back to you. Sarah's had a couple of these, and they still say, I just don't know. Would I have time to do it around my kids or whatever? That's when you go to them and say, do you want it more than you're worried about it? Do you have a need in your family? Would several $100s a month do something for you? If so, we'll find the time. And if not, stay my loyalist of loyal customers and I'll continue to that way. Which is better for you? Are you in or are you out? Chris and I always joke, and we learned this from other companies, it's either they're in, they're out, or they need more information. Don't leave a conversation not knowing where they're at. Just know if they're in, if they're out, or if you're waiting because they need to talk to their husband or they need to stew on it. And then just like Meg did, have the follow-up. Know that you're going to check in with them tomorrow or know that you're going to follow up with them in the next couple days. But that's how I close the deal, knowing where I'm at in the conversation.
The biggest thing, what you just said, that everyone should know is that sometimes I think reps feel that they're being pushy when they're trying to figure out where people are at, but really it's super important and it's very professional looking when you have that follow-up date or that follow-up call or whatever that dated, like they know that you're going to be coming back, because if they truly are not interested, they're going to tell you. But having that, like we talked about it the other day, is that question, like leaving it with a question. Because if you just give them the, like, they're like, well, let me talk to my husband, and you're like, okay, I'll get back, or okay, thank you so much, can't wait to hear from you. Like, you're never going to hear from them. You're never going to hear from them. So always having the ball in your court, I think, is huge. And Kayla hit on that, which I think is just super important, that make sure you always leave that open line of communication. In recruiting, in an order, in host coaching, or not host coaching, bookings, anything. You know what's going on, and you're in control of it.
Yeah, and if you're not, it's okay. People will come to me. I know, Sarah, you and I have had this talk. We lose track of people, right? And then all of a sudden it's been 3 months, and you're like, crap, I never asked them. What's my percentage likelihood now that they're going to join me? Sometimes it's better because, again, it's a professional thing. When I go back to somebody and say, hey, we haven't talked in a long time. Are you still thinking about this business opportunity? I don't think they think, oh, my gosh, she's spammy. Most of them think, oh, my gosh, she remembered me. She circled back to me. She thought of me. And they might not join you guys. Again, I don't have 100% success rate. Nobody does. But my team is growing, and I think many of you are happy to be here. I say it in a humble way, and I hope you know that. Because I'm just not afraid to offer you something that I think is amazing. Amazing. Have you seen my videos about my patio? You guys, that's a dream for my family. And it's Wild Tree. And so I want you to know, it comes down to, at the end of the day, whatever you're listening to this call for, I hope something resonates, but you own this. Know where you're at and close the deal. This is the worst thing you can do. I hope, Carissa, you don't care if I say this quick, and then we can open it up for questions. Do not send somebody an order link because they ask for your catalog and think that they're likely just going to go on there and buy something. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but my job as your coach is to tell you the truth. They're going to forget. Their kid's going to break an arm, or they're going to get a flat tire on the way home from work, or they're going to burn dinner in the oven. And life is going to happen, and Wild Tree is not their priority. But if you check back with them, they want to place an order. If they ask you for a catalog, a link, a sample, or more information, they're genuinely interested until they tell you no thanks. Keep checking in. That's my advice. Dun, dun, dun. Really quiet, and it's really awkward when you stop talking. Anybody have a question? I know Tina laughs at my really sad humor. Thank you, Tina. Tina, are you coming to Denver?
Yes, she is.
Yay!
Yes, I am.
Good.
I could be packed already if I wanted to be.
Yay.
Me too.
Okay, who has a question?
Hey, Kayla, it's Miranda. I don't have a question, but I want to tell you, like, just your words and your explanation and, like, me picturing you talking to somebody like that was very helpful.
Oh, thank you. That's my authentic self pacing around my kitchen. This is really how I do it. Ask Carissa. Who else?
Hey, it's Brandy. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I've got your earbuds in, so I feel like I'm screaming. I want to say that one of the biggest takeaways that I've had in the last probably 3 months, and I actually started with Get Over Your Damn Self on Audible, which was fantastic, and I listened to it several times, is the one thing that always sticks to me with what she had to share, and I heard you say it, and I know Carissa shared it as well, and I remember it in conference last year, is you have to stop prejudging, and you have to stop thinking that you're actually bothering or offending, because as soon as you let that go, you really do start to kind of, you're your own self and really there to help people. Like, I had a fantastic one-on-one last night. I mean, when I hang up the phone and they tell me how much I just helped, that makes every one of the ignoring, unfortunately, or the no's so worth it, because I'm truly doing what I really feel that it's there. And I think that the more people that stop focusing on, I don't want to bother them or this or that. And what did I say when I first started a year ago? I'm going to keep coming until they tell me no. So I guess that's really the one thing that really does stick to me. And I think it's really tried and true, is don't ever prejudge. I had a guy come up to me this past weekend that looked kind of, okay, I'm not going to even call it anything, but I didn't think for 1 second he would buy anything from me at the campground, and he wanted a Best of Wild tree. I didn't have one. I ordered it. He handed me a $100 bill, and I have it on his way. He's super excited to try it. I'm just saying, don't ever judge anyone. That's my piece. So thank you, ladies, and everybody for participating. I just wanted to share that before I put you back on mute.
Thanks, Brandy. That was awesome. And what a sale at a vendor event. That's awesome. Brandy said, she just said something that kind of stopped me for a second as I was pacing my house here. And she said, as soon as you let go of it, it just changes everything. And I think that's the difference. I know I felt the same things you guys feel. I can't remember them anymore. I told Lori that. Maybe it's the red wine. Maybe it's the toddler. Maybe it's just dead brain cells. I don't know. But I cannot remember all those feelings. But I know I felt them. And I know I was scared to bother the CrossFitters at my gym because they're so intimidating. They're beasts, you guys. But you just have to get over that and realize it's okay if they don't want it. But they got to know what it is and they got to know what you do. Because for many people, many CrossFitters still to this day, and I haven't been at CrossFit in a couple years as far as part or full-time membership, they still call me up and order. They pay full price. They don't look for a special. They're not looking for a deal. You know what they're looking for? Healthy meal options. Make the connection. Don't prejudge. I love that, Brandy. Thanks for wrapping us up tonight with that. Anyone else before it cuts us off? And I'm sure it's going to cut us off any minute. Oops, you probably could hear that. That's paper ripping. Okay, well, see many of you in Denver. Reach out anytime to your upline. And how about we set a goal, a call to action? Carissa, do you want to tell them the call to action? Are you still on?
Yeah, I am. So
Go
our
fast.
is it every day from now to the end of July, or are we just
Yep.
doing this?
Every day.
So every day, you don't have to do weekends. We'll give weekends off. 5 people, like a 5 people challenge, reaching out about the opportunity with Wild Tree, and every day asking 5 people. So, and those 5 people, like, so say you ask 5 people today, 5 people tomorrow, and then you reach out to those 10 on Friday or Thursday or whatever. That's fine. But reaching out to 5 people every single day and talking about the opportunity